up on this episode, I'm here in California's capital.
Boom.
I've never seen anything like this before.
Take us on a culinary adventure.
To get somebody to say, I really love gizzards, you're doing something right, man.
I want you to hit it with your mouth. I'm Noah Cappe. Welcome to Carnival Eats. I'm here in California's capital for the Sacramento County Fair. Known as Sac County to the locals, this Memorial Day weekend tradition has been the summer kickoff event since 1937. At this year's fair, some of my favorite foods get a fun makeover, starting with a burger and a skirt? Really? Our first vendor is Keith of Sacramento's famous Squeeze-In restaurant. He's bringing a legend to the carnival crowd, the Jalapeno Cheese Skirt Burger. This is a well-dressed man for such a sloppy dish.
I've never had one of these.
No.
Yeah, it's looking pretty big.
They can see that thing from space, man. Have you thought about how you're going to approach this thing?
No idea.
Most burgers will have a slice of cheese. As we're doing that third pound of cheese, they're coming here not just for the burger, they're coming for the cheese. The first thing we have to do is we got to put a bun on the grill. This is what's called a 9-pound bun. And this ice right here is going to help with the steaming underneath. So you're cooking it from both sides. Your bun's toasting from the bottom, and your bun's moistening and softening from the top.
Wow.
We got our third pound patty down here.
This is all beef?
It's certified Angus. Now that we have the meat on the grill, we're going to douse it with some seasoning.
We're not flipping it back and forth.
Maximum of 1 turn.
Yeah.
Give it a flip. We got our caramelization on the top of the burger there.
Perfectly cooked on that
Perfectly
side.
cooked.
I feel like I want to keep checking in on that bun.
We're gonna ice it again.
Hit it with the ice.
Love that ice. Now here is the best part of cooking on the grill. So we're gonna come in here, we give it a nice little spread out. So now we got the skirt wrapped around.
We have got that burger completely hidden by cheese.
We're gonna come in here with our jalapenos. It's gonna make it nice and hot. We're gonna take our bun.
Wow.
We're gonna steam it a second time. We're gonna put some ice. We're gonna kind of trickle it around the outside of the burger there. Perfect.
Now we add the classics: mayonnaise, mustard, dill pickles, tomatoes, red and white onion, and leaf lettuce.
So we're gonna set that right on there.
Before I dive into this thing, how do you treat the skirt?
Everyone does it different.
The only way to tackle this thing is to fold the skirt in. Mom, I love you. Whatever happens to me, just know I'm in a good place. That's a delicious burger,
Good.
man. I mean, every single level. The bun is perfectly toasted, but perfectly steamed. That Angus beef is juicy. It's cooked perfectly, but the cheese. You
That's where it's
get
at.
this combination of soft, ooey, gooey melted cheese, but then almost like a crunchy cracker. I looked under that skirt, and I liked everything I saw. We went jalapeno. We loaded it up. Each bite has got a bit of fire, a bit of kick. Give me that ice technique on my face.
Right there. We'll cool you down.
Make that a combo. Pack that cheese in there so that you can pack it into your base.
Oh, man.
Oh my god.
That cheese and jalapeno on that toasted bun, that was amazing.
Delicious.
Delicious.
Spicy.
Spicy.
Wet.
He doesn't care how it gets into his mouth as long as it gets there.
This thing is probably the best I've ever had.
Next, let's visit Cara, who's been working in carnival food since she was 13. Now, she's bringing cultures together with Greek nachos. Make some noise for Greek nachos.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm a huge nacho lover, and I love Greek food.
Right.
So how can you go wrong?
Spoiler alert, you can't go wrong with this one. This lady right here is gonna take us on a culinary adventure. Now, I have been into a ton of falafel places, and I have seen this meat on the skewer. What is the official name of this?
It is gyro.
Cara uses a combo of beef and lamb in her gyros. The cuts of meat are blended with spices like black pepper, oregano, and garlic, and stacked manually in the traditional Greek method to form cones. Then they turn on the rotisserie, keeping the meat hot and fresh.
So we're just gonna steam it up a little bit, get it a little juicy.
Oh, look at that.
Oh yeah, take my little handy dandy chopper and I just bite-sized pieces. Each order of Greek nachos comes with 2 pitas. So we're gonna chop this baby up.
Where are we going next?
Well, we gotta fry the pita chips.
We're gonna fry pita chips. Beautiful.
Give it 2 minutes. They'll be golden brown.
Now, these are gonna be crunchy, right? These are gonna have a snap to them.
Absolutely.
They've got that golden color, which we wanted to see.
Oh, yeah. Those are perfect.
This plate came out of the factory not knowing what its destiny was going to be. Now, we're far from done. There's another level.
The tzatziki sauce.
Tzatziki sauce.
Tzatziki sauce.
Tzatziki.
Tzatziki is a creamy sauce made with yogurt, cucumber, and garlic.
Now we have got a whole rainbow connection about to be dressed on top of this thing.
Cara tops the nachos with lettuce, tomato, onions, another ladle of tzatziki, feta cheese, and Kalamata olives, and finishes with her family's special seasoning.
Take a look at that. I mean, this bite has got everything you want. Sitting on a deep-fried pita chip. Wow, there's a different star in every bite. The onion playing with the tomato and the lettuce gives you those familiar kind of nacho go-tos. But the feta cheese, the olives, that Euro meat, the tzatziki, I mean, there's Greek, there's Mexican, there's a little bit of everything. Boom.
It's like having a whole meal on a nacho.
The crunch of the pita chips, it's not like the regular Euro.
Man, are we related?
Make me plates of this all year long.
We're here at the Sacramento County Fair.
Over its 5-day run, 100,000 people will come from all across Sacramento County to enjoy the death-defying attractions and the hunger-defying eats.
Doug is giving us a whole new twist on a deli classic, the Reuben fries.
Have you ever had a Reuben sandwich?
Yes.
Have you ever had a Reuben French fry?
No.
You have now.
I think I'm gonna explode when I eat this.
I mean, let me find cover then. Order up for some Reuben fries.
First, we're gonna take our sliced pastrami,
Yeah, we are.
chop it up into bite-sized morsels. We're gonna put it into our magic sauce. It's a beef base, and there's some reduction going on. It needs about 15 minutes.
Just gonna soak up all that flavor.
And we're gonna make some Russian dressing.
Doug's Russian dressing is made with mayonnaise, ketchup, sweet relish, onion, sour cream, Worcester sauce, hot sauce, horseradish, and salt and pepper. And the secret ingredient?
It's got sauerkraut inside of it. Smells like a Reuben, man. Sauce is ready.
I think we should drop some fries.
Let's drop those fries like they're hot.
We have 5/16 straight cut fries here.
Oh, 5/16 straight cut fries.
Not too big, not too small. So it looks like our fries are about done. Gotta have the salt. Toss it. So we're gonna load it up.
Now, this is the pastrami that's had a chance to sit, soak, and marinate. My goodness, my man.
So we're gonna take our Swiss cheese.
Check.
So we're gonna take our hot Russian dressing and sauerkraut mixture, and then we're gonna get a little bit garnish.
Bada boom, bada bing, bada bam. Oh, look at that. Another tough day at the office. Nicely done. That is a Reuben sandwich to perfection. We're talking about French fries. Soft, fluffy in the middle, crunchy on the outside. That Swiss cheese melting underneath all that heat, and the sauce is unbelievable. You get that sauerkraut taste that you want in a Reuben sandwich. And then last but not least, this pastrami. This is delicious, cooked perfectly. Get a flu shot, because that stuff is sick.
Oh man, that's so good.
It's excellent.
Yeah? Note to self, wear a bib next time you hang out with this guy.
That pastrami, oh my God, to die for.
Our next vendor, Dan, is a third-generation vendor of Carnival Eats. He's bringing us a treat inspired by a childhood favorite, Cowboy Campfire Churros.
I've never had a marshmallow bacon churro, and I love churros.
You have the marshmallow, you have the chocolate, that's a s'more.
Right.
Throw in the bacon, that's just glorious.
A little bit of everything.
Sounds like a good thing.
When I was a kid, I loved going camping. S'mores were one of my favorites. So I thought, well, instead of that graham cracker, what do we do out here at the fairs that is, you know, kind of like that? And I thought, hey, churro.
Oh.
And of course, everything's better with bacon.
You've got a sheet all ready to go?
Yep.
So we literally just pop this thing right into the oven here.
We're cooking it at about 400 for about 15 minutes.
Right here, you've got some churros.
We drop that in the fryer, and we're gonna cook that for about 45 seconds to a minute. Get it nice and golden brown and crispy. Churros from Mexico.
Right. It's a Mexican donut.
This churro's done.
Yeah?
And we're actually gonna cut this in half. Kind of like a little churro canoe is what we're making.
Okay.
Our filling is gonna stay in there. It's gonna be a little bit easier to eat.
I mean, you need a surgeon's hands, Stan. You could have been a doctor.
I could have been. And we're gonna roll it in this cinnamon sugar. So we're gonna drizzle that with a little bit of chocolate.
This is classic tabletop chocolate.
Bacon's ready.
Chopped it up to where you get a little bit of bacon in every bite. This is marshmallow cream.
Huge component of the s'mores.
I'm gonna put a couple dollops here.
It is so sticky. And the only thing we're missing is the campfire.
Yep.
Campfire in a can.
I'm gonna give it a little bit of a toast.
Oh, that's the look you want. Roasted marshmallow. More chocolate, more bacon, and all of a sudden, hot out of the fire, bacon, s'mores, churros. Oh, look at that. Wow. I mean, this is a treat. You're getting the s'mores experience. Yeah. That fiery kind of smoky marshmallow taste, the chocolate, the churro acting as a graham cracker that finally figured out how to make itself better. But then on top of all of that, you've got this salty, crispy, crunchy bacon. I am feeling jacked up and excited.
I am savoring every single little morsel here.
Oh, I can tell.
Like, I would have never thought of putting the bacon on a churro.
What happens now? You go home and you start putting bacon on everything.
Kinda, yeah, pretty much.
Take a second, because the world needs to understand how you just sent a message.
That you should be jealous.
That you should be jealous. Each June, crowds flock to the friendly little town of Potterville to check out one of the most underrated culinary delights, chicken gizzards.
Chickens don't have teeth. The gizzard is the organ that helps them break down food. It's not fancy, but at this fair, it's the star of the show. Back in the 1960s, Joe's grandparents opened a restaurant that was famous for its fried chicken. But thanks to Joe's creativity, a different part of the chicken quickly rose to local legend status: deep-fried gizzards.
This is the reason everybody's here. You're going with the headliner. These are gizzards.
I've been coming to Gizzard Fest for about 13 years.
For real?
So, yes, I love the gizzards.
Hanging out with Joe. And Joe, you have turned this city into Gizzard City.
Well, I'm pretty proud of it.
I've never had gizzards.
Well, we can fix that.
I mean, to get somebody to say, I really love gizzards, you're doing something right, man.
First, these gizzards are seasoned with a mixture of salt, garlic powder, and celery salt.
Next.
Add water.
All right. Now, it all goes into a pressure cooker for 45 minutes. But lucky for me, Joe has a pre-cooked batch that's ready to go.
These gizzards are gonna get hit with a little bit of deep-fried love. Let's talk batter.
We're gonna take 4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of dry milk, and baking powder. Then we'll add water, and we will stir it up till it comes to a pancake consistency.
All right, beautiful.
Now we put the gizzard into the batter.
Battered up, looking good. So are we heading to the fryer?
Absolutely.
So we're loading in a good serving of gizzards here. How long does it take?
Oh, it's just gonna take about 2.5 minutes.
Packed inside each one of those little nuggets is gold. So we're gonna scoop all those little pieces of fried goodness
Right into the tray.
Oh, man. So we're gonna get these over here because you've got us a dipping sauce that you do on the side as well.
Yes.
Let's go check that out.
All right.
Joe's dipping sauce is a simple mixture of horseradish and ketchup.
We've got a delicious dipping sauce. We've got a hot, fresh order of deep-fried gizzards.
We've got a guy who's about to break the seal on his very first taste. Yep, that's fantastic.
Those are tasty, man.
You get the nice crunch on that harder kind of deep-fried shell. That plays beautifully off the fact that that meat inside with the pressure cooker has been so tenderized, so softened down. The sauce, simple, but everything is tasty. It works together. If you're watching TV and you're a real estate agent, I'd like to buy a small summer home in Gizzard City.
It tastes like a dark meat chicken nugget, and it's just delicious. Want to savor the flavor.
Is that what the beard's for, just in case there's any drippage?
That's a little later.
Yeah.
But Joe doesn't just do gizzards. Bacon is the star in the Gizzard City Donut.
What do you got there? That bacon?
That's a donut with bacon wrapped around it.
Deep-fried donut, come on. This is like the Cadillac of desserts right here.
Gizzards are what you're known for, but this dish might change that. We're not going with just a normal donut here.
Joe uses locally baked mini donuts that are covered in crunchy coconut.
You wrap it with a piece of lightly pre-cooked bacon.
That's crispy bacon.
You want it to be a little crisp, but not so crisp where you can't wrap the actual donut or it will break in half.
Next, we make Joe's famous batter. All-purpose flour, dry dry milk, baking powder, and water.
All right, so that's mixed up. So we're gonna get this over to the fryer, which means we're one step closer to getting these things in me.
The batter will form a nice crisp shell on the outside and seal in the bacon.
And what temperature are you at?
350 degrees. We're almost there. Things are looking pretty good.
Beautiful.
We can put it right into the paper boat.
These guys got big. Well, dress these bad boys the way that you serve them up.
We're gonna top it with caramel sauce, honey sriracha sauce. We have the honey, which is sweet. Sriracha is a little added heat. And we have the powdered sugar.
Like that, you got yourself a bacon-wrapped donut. My fingers are dripping with flavor. It's time that I share those flavors with my mouth. That's one of the best donuts I've ever had in my life. Wrapped around that light, fluffy, doughy, delicious coconut donut, it is just a flavor checklist. Saltiness and smokiness from that bacon. The drip and drizzle of that thick, delicious, sugary honey. Heat and kick from that sriracha sauce where you get a little bit of oomph. You know what? Today's my day, and I'm gonna do what I want. And what I want is this.
The sriracha and the syrup is so good, and the bacon wrapped around them.
This is good. This is really good.
Could you hear that bite?
Is that heaven right there? Opening right there?
Our next vendor comes from a long line of concessionaires. The main attraction at Kate's Diner is the Ringo.
Onion rings, corn dogs, my favorite.
Does it get any bigger than this?
No.
My grandpa started the business 60 years ago, and I just kind of grew up in it.
Let's get this party started.
All right.
How do we make the Ringo?
You need to get a piece of Polish sausage, cut it.
Take a look at that.
The Polish sausage takes this dish a step up from your standard corn dog.
Nice and garlicky.
Oh, yeah?
Now we're going to stick it straight through the middle. Now we're going to dip it in our wonderful homemade corn dog batter. It has a little flour in there, cornmeal, and a little sugar. And then dunk it in the fryer.
How long does that cook for?
4 or 5 minutes. And we need to make some onion rings to throw on our corn dog. These are Colossal onion rings, so we have to special order these Colossal onions. Those pop out into these beautiful onion rings.
I mean, I've had some big onion rings, but I can tell you already that this is gonna break my personal record.
And we can take out our corn dog. And while he's cooling, we can dip these and fry these. This is just our standard fry batter. It's a little salty, so it really complements that sweet batter on the Polish corn dog.
Dumping them right in.
Just dump them in there. And very carefully, we're gonna put this in the fryer.
Fully submerged into the fryer.
Looking good.
These onion rings they're like hula hoops.
So those will only take about another minute, and those will be all done.
Just looking for that nice kind of golden sunset color, huh?
Absolutely. All right, they should be done.
Assembly time.
We're going to take our Polish corn dog.
This is unbelievable. It's like everything is made for giants.
And then we'll drizzle it with some ranch.
Is the stick able to support this? For the first time in my life, I feel very small and dainty. I'm Noah Cappe, and this is Carnival Eats. There it is. The onion rings are beautiful. The batter on them is great. They're just jacked up. They're twice, triple, quadruple the size. The sausage in that homemade batter, that's the gem, that garlic taste. It's juicy, it's plump, it's delicious, and it's a heck of a lot of fun to eat. Ring around the fried log, a mouthful of corn dog.
I would eat 100 of these. I'd prefer this over that corn dog.
The breading is nice and sweet. That onion ring at the end was just perfect.
Corn dog's got a little bit of a sweetness to it with the savory. It's, just a party.
Yeah. Man, am I stuffed.
After chowing down on that jalapeno cheese skirt burger, Cowboy Campfire Churros, deep-fried Gizzards, and the Ringo,
I give today's Carnival Eats 2 very enthusiastic thumbs up.